thank you very much to everybody involved in making this seminar happen. I think it's very important and a great exchange of experience that we see from a lot of different areas. And the Integrated Drought Management Program has just been recently established. It's a joint undertaking that came out of the high-level meeting on national drought policies, which was held in Geneva. It was a joint initiative of WMO, FAO, and UNCCD. And GWP collaborated and jointly launched this program, this new program. This program, the approach of it is, I think, mirroring a lot of the experience that we're making when managing drought. It aims to move the discussion and the actions from a reactive to a proactive approach. It aims to be a multi-stakeholder approach, getting the key actors together and really trying to see where do we have gaps, where can we fill these gaps, and how can we do so most effectively. It aims to help evolve the knowledge base of drought and share knowledge that is already existing, that is available, make an interregional exchange, make an exchange between countries, among communities, in order to help to build capacity of various stakeholders involved in drought management. The objective of the program is to support stakeholders at all levels by providing policy and management guidance and by sharing scientific information, knowledge, and best practices on integrated drought management. It aims to build climate resilience, reducing economic and social losses, really having a cross-sectoral approach, crossing disciplinaries, institutional boundaries which may be there in order to respond most effectively to droughts. And really looking at what are specific regional and national needs. This is very important for me. It's not supposed to be a global program that is up there floating and coming out with nice brochures and guidance material, but really trying to see how can this most effectively help regions, help nations, help communities to apply these, all with the overall aim to alleviate poverty in drought-affected regions. So as I mentioned, it's a joint initiative between the World Meteorological Organization, that's where I'm based, and the Global Water Partnership. We're in the process of establishing a technical support unit based at WMO in the Climate Prediction and Adaptation branch. And it's really aims to work with a wide range of partners. And as we're starting up, we're really looking for interest of organizations who would like to engage with this initiative. So please feel free to approach me. At the end, I'll be also showing my email address, and it'd be really good to start this conversation right here. And we actually have a public event also today in the afternoon, if I may shamelessly use this opportunity to advertise for it here at 5:45, where we'll be introducing a little bit further this initiative and also talking about its sister initiative, the Associate Program on Flood Management, which is closely linked in its structure and also, I think, in the approach that we have to risk management. So what is this alliance of WMO and GWP adding to what is already there? What are we trying to really be the added value of this initiative and trying to bring in the partners? WMO has a wide network of institutions, the so-called regional climate centers. You see here an overview of the different regional climate centers that have a very strong working relationship with WMO, and that are very much interested in bringing their experience to bear. We're looking to build capacity of these regional climate centers in order to strengthen climate information, climate services, and really listen to what are the user needs in the countries, in the regions, in order to provide better climate services, climate information. And then obviously WMO's very close link with the national meteorological and hydrological services, the MET and the hydro services, will be brought to bear within this integrated drought management program. A brief introduction of the Global Water Partnership. It's a network of organizations working on integrated water resources management in 13 regions. You see the regions here that they're active, bringing together 2,800 partners that are working on the ground on integrated water resources management. So this is a great base that we're looking to employ in order to improve drought preparedness, drought mitigation on the ground, and really making this link from the global to the regions to the national level, and an exchange between different regions, between different countries, bringing in the scientific base, the scientific understanding that WMO is working on, together with these on-the-ground level experiences. And this is the IDMP will be an element of the global framework for climate services. Some of you might be aware of this GFCS. It's an initiative that came out of the World Climate Conference 3 that was held in 2009 under the auspices of the World Meteorological Organization, which aims to incorporate the science-based climate information and prediction into planning, policy, and practice, really making that link stronger between the advances that we have in climate science and climate modeling, and trying to see how can we make this respond to the needs that are there in practice, in planning. So that means filling the gaps of what is not yet there in terms of climate information with really specific user-tailored products, and really listening to what is there, what is needed by practitioners on the ground. So this integrated drought management program is trying to help fill this gap between science and global level commitments and actually needs on the ground. And these needs could be ranging from capacity to specific information. So this program is aiming to fill this need as a vital part of this GFCS. So some of the areas that we have identified that this integrated drought management program will work on is on the development of tools, which are leading to very tailored and targeted capacity building activities, really trying to respond to regional and national needs, and carrying out several demonstration projects. This will all lead to the development of a help desk, which is supposed to bundle the tools that will be developed, but also be an entry point to respond to needs, to respond to community-level needs, where really specific information may be needed, where specific capacities may be needed to respond to that. And then on the right, I'm hoping that we can do some of that as well. So on the development of tools, there are already various very good guidance material developed through WMO and its partners and many of you. So we're trying to really make these elements available. The first activity we're working with the National Drought Mitigation Center is actually the development of a national drought management policy guidelines. And just from listening to the presentations, and I think also from the case study in Brazil, we can see that there is a need, and there are several initiatives going on already to develop national drought management policies. And so really bundling these experiences, giving these case studies, and trying to provide some guidance to some countries which are in the very basic steps, and just grappling with really how to respond on a policy level, on a strategic level, to drought management, to move from this reactive crisis management emergency approach to really a risk management approach that looks at mitigation and preparedness, as the previous speakers outlined. Early warning systems and drought indicators, we're planning to really move the discussion forward, provide guidance, gather high-level experts, scientists around these issues to provide guidelines that can then be used by countries and communities in developing adapted drought management, early warning systems, and drought indicators. Capacity building will be really focused on the use of the tools and tailor-made trainings for partners that will be requesting this. And then really responding to regional and national needs, and that's where the previous two parts, the capacity building and these guidelines will be coming in, where we're just starting, or we're already in place through the Global Water Partnership, a drought management program in Central and Eastern Europe that has just started. We have received a positive response to a funding request to develop a drought management program in the Horn of Africa and also in West Africa. These will be managed by the Global Water Partnership in these regions, and we're really aiming to connect and really strengthen the capacities of the countries in the region to respond more effectively to droughts and to mitigate droughts there. And we're just planning an initiative in South Asia. And actually, I would be very interested to speak with both of you, should there be an opportunity after the seminar on this. Then demonstration projects. They're supposed to be innovative projects to support national and regional needs. First projects are envisioned on early warning and applying drought indicators. We have an expression of interest from the Mediterranean region and trying to see how we can move this forward. And then the help desk. As I mentioned, this will really be the activities where everything will be coming together, which will be the portal of the Integrated Drought Management Program. It will be modeled after its sister program that I already mentioned, Associate Program on Flood Management, which has a very effective help desk established. There's a screenshot on the right here, and you can visit this help desk to give you an idea of the type of structure that we're thinking of. And as I think we're all aware that in certain regions, these disasters can be quite intimately linked between droughts and floods, going from a drought immediately to a flood, as we're seeing in Sudan right now, where after a long stretch of absence of rainfall, which was longer than the norm is, very strong rainfalls have started, and we're seeing flash floods and really devastating events unfolding in the region. It will be the entry point to get in touch with the Integrated Drought Management Program so that we really are accessible in information and request support on drought management. And we're hoping to launch it in a year's time right here. So thank you for your attention. There's my email address. Please feel free to contact me. We have quite a basic website so far where there's some initial information and helping to get interested parties get in touch with me. And I thank you for your attention.